What's up?
Coach, one more practice until the spring game. How comfortable do you feel with the progress made up to this point?
I think real good. We've a couple weeks ago talked about taking advantage of the last days in pads, of being physical, not always 11 on 11 scrimmage, but just one-on-one, staying on a block, getting on off a block, tackling, pad level, base feet, all those things. So I think we've had a couple good weeks. We came out of spring break initially thinking let's have our third light practice. We thought during spring break, well, a week off, at the end of spring ball, they're kind of tired of hitting. So our Thursday practice is our third helmet on. We'll use that to emphasize kicking. We'll use that to teach the guys things we want them to do in summer development. And we're going to split our team into two teams. We're going to draft it tomorrow morning with our senior leader guys, and we'll let them then have a little fun practicing, getting ready for a cream and crimson game.
Kevin, can you talk about the spring that Mitch Ewald has had and just the consistency he's shown over his career?
He's tackling really good. He's one of the premier tacklers.
That's not good.
Well, but in our fundamental work, I tell you what he ought to do. You guys, if you ever get here early enough for practice, we do pat and go every day to warm up and throw. He jumps the line and catches. Just because he wants to, he's more of a ball player than just a kicker. You know, we're a little limited with only one kicker, and I think like those guys hitting a home run derby, they can overswing their leg. So we haven't done as much live kicking and field goal as you want because I don't want to wear him out. We're trying to find a couple good walk-ons to come in to help him because he'll need it for the long haul. We'll need it next year. But he will leave, because I think we're going to score some points, he will leave probably basically holding, I think, every kicking record. We need him to be much more productive and be a great kickoff guy. And we're going to really challenge him this year, not just kicking out of the end zone, but some placement kicks in the corners, trying to pin some teams deep so our defense can start with better field position. If he does it right, he'll be one of the best kickers in the Big Ten. I think he'll be an all-Big Ten kicker. I think potentially, I haven't been around a lot, but I think he's what the guys that have a chance to be NFL are about. So seldom does a college kid get that chance. I think Mitch is that. He's one of my, he's actually might be one of my two favorite kickers of all time. I like that kid a ton as a football player. A lot of respect for him.
Who would the other one be?
Young man who played at Mineville, Ohio, that we tied West Virginia our first year, 31. We had a bunch of good kickers in other places, but we tied West Virginia 31-31. And we missed an extra point and hit the crossbar on the field goal. Very opening game of the year, 1991. And I made him come as a freshman to our offensive meeting the next week to watch how hard the linemen were working. Those kickers just don't do anything. And he came to every offensive line meeting for 4 years. His name was Chad Seitz. We called him Squiggy. And he set every record at Miami. He was a neat kid. Our linemen hated him. He was our mascot, but I loved him.
From a defensive standpoint and a scheme recognition standpoint, are you noticing the guys that are just reacting more than thinking on snaps?
Getting there. Again, we start again every day with the Big Ten emphasis period for two back and run period. I think some things we do offensively can create some stress for them as they're teaching. And I've even talked to Coach Mallory to make sure with Seth as we go through our summer preparation and what we're doing preseason, we're working together and just not running plays and lining up. That we give the chance for our defense to learn the scheme, the alignments, the adjustments, where the stress of the defense is, and where they're going to try to work you in the run game and pass game. So I like some things. I think Tim Bennett's been productive and Greg Heben on the back end. You know, you're sitting with Murphy out. I think we're going to add a couple good guys coming back there from Antonio Allen, Chase Dutra. I think the corners have been okay. Still need some, we got some depth. Antonio Allen, we got Ryan Thompson playing at corner, a bigger guy. D-line's been good. They just get a little tired because we're a couple bodies thin. Linebackers, I wish, minor deal, but Huber with the ankle sprain, who's kind of getting full go now at the end. Chase Huber, if we have those two guys a little bit more backer depth, I think when we get them all down there, we'll start having some competition. We'll need a great preseason to get the defense where it needs to be, though.
What have you been seeing out of Shane Wynn the past few practices?
I mean, all those guys are pretty good. The thing with Shane, like for example, we do the spring game, Shane will be on one team. Isaiah Roundtree's a nice compliment for him. He's a running back. And so what we're doing is trying to get Shane to learn a little, quote, running back. Put him in the backfield and free release him and run routes and see how much he can do. Not that he's going to run the goal line power play, but get him as a hybrid type player. The more we can take tight ends and flex them out, play in the backfield, the more tailbacks can play receiver, the more receivers can play tailback, the more you move guys around and you start going your tempo offense, it really hurts. It can be stressful for a defense. But the thing about Shane, we got those two guys and then Ricky Jones. So we split our spring game. Shane's going to be on one team. Isaiah Roundtree will be on the other, and Ricky Jones will play for both teams. And if he has a good game, he'll be a winner. Because somebody's going to win that game. We're going to play it like a true game. But sometimes, we play the spring game, we're not going to pick a quarterback. There's a first, second, third. They're all the same right now. So they're going to rotate and play on every team. And we're going to have a cream team and a crimson team, but we're going to keep the defense in white and the offense in red. So if we need to rotate somebody to another team, we're not yanking off jerseys and all that kind of stuff. So it might look a little funky with red and white on both sidelines, but the offense will always be in red, the defense will be in white. And if we need to play a guy on both teams, because we also want to play a game, but I need Ricky Jones to get work. I need all those guys to get to work. Going back to Shane, which I didn't answer your question. He's sometimes that's by design. He's got a chance to be a good player. That receiver crowd. What I like though, again, those other guys complimenting him. We have some competition there, and he loves to practice. He's one of our best. He's one of our. I don't know if you guys saw him practice at Mill Scripps. He just walked out, wanted to talk a little bit, and he was standing beside a receiver saying, "Quarterback's going to throw it here. Quarterback's going to check it down. Quarterback's going there." He's a very smart, good young player. He's going to have a good year for us.
Kevin, is there one or two things out of this spring that you have picked up on that you really like what this team has accomplished at this point?
We have practiced as hard, and there can be a lot better teams, but we have can't come to work consistently, practice hard, practice physical. We've gotten after it. We've not been one day like that was bad. Man, we just went through the motions. Our leadership, our buy-in, our chemistry of our team is building, and it's a long way from playing. But man, we've got a good vibe that comes from the locker room, not from somebody talking or blowing smoke. And that being said, there's a lot of you see it. You guys are out there's some balance on the field. We still got to make plays. We still miss plays. We got to get better. We got to keep maturing. We got good recruits coming. It's not there, but man, it's going the way you want it. It's a credit to the leadership and the buy-in and the locker room and guys like Shane Wynn and those leaders, Mitch Ewald and those upper level guys we got. That's good.
Yeah.